Hello, Paul. Um,
Morning.
well, thank you for agreeing to share your experience with the electric roof lantern blind, the Venus, and your journey with Chris, our specialist on electric roof lantern blinds. I'm delighted to meet you, and I'm looking forward to hearing all about your experience.
Be a pleasure. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's just a bit of background. We moved to this house about a year ago, and well, actually, exactly a year ago. And this room here was the previous owners had it as a children's playroom. So it was literally they wanted as much light as possible, and they flooded the place light with this big roof lantern, and that was fine for that purpose. But our use of this space is as primarily an office, because my daughter and myself now work from home, and she works next to me here. My wife uses it as a kind of gym because she's got the Peloton behind. The problem being that there's the screens. We have 3 screens in here, and obviously, I know it's a terrible thing to shut out sunlight, but you could not see the screens with the roof lantern. So the option was to put in some kind of blind to dampen the light when we were working or when the Peloton's being used. And this seemed the perfect solution.
Oh, that's brilliant. So you're using it for sport. You've got your daughter with you sometimes when she's working from home.
Yeah.
Your wife, is doing the exercise. Is that the bike, the Peloton?
Peloton bike, yeah. But obviously, it's interactive with the screen. So, same as with the computers, bright sunlight just blanks them out. So we needed some form of way of being able to see the screens. And the other reason is that this room is also, it's a multi-purpose room. So there's a sofa bed behind me, and when we have lots of family over, maybe at Christmas and stuff, this room doubles up as an emergency bedroom. So there's the element of privacy and total seclusion at night, which we wanted to bring into the equation, and this has solved them all perfectly.
Yeah. And do you remember why you chose WindowTreat to contact WindowTreat and explore an electric roof lantern blind option with us?
Well, we were just trawling through the internet looking at options. We saw a few companies, but the majority of companies were using the sort of concertina taper type blinds, which we didn't feel looked right or secure enough. And the WindowTreat solution was a flat blind which had tension, and when shut looks like part of the ceiling. And we were very pleased with what we got.
Oh, well, it's music to my ears. And so you had a conversation with Chris by phone initially, just to
That's right, yes, explaining
what your situation and understand your requirements well. And then he followed up with a Zoom call with you.
Yes, that was really useful because we were able to really go through all the options. I mean, the process was brilliant because Chris posted us samples. So we had colors and what the fabric looked like in front of us when we had the Zoom call. So we were able to actually look at everything and talk it through face to face as we are now. So it was very useful.
Yeah, I believe Chris also produced some imagery and photos and technical supporting information, which is easier by Zoom than on a phone call.
Absolutely, yeah. We felt the whole thing was, I mean, if I can sort of summarize, we just felt really confident in the whole process, which was important.
And you chose the Venus roof lantern blind, so ultimately, and so how did you, if we go on to the next part of the journey, you made that choice and then we came out and surveyed and installed. How did you find the experience with the surveying and the installation?
That was fine. It was not too intrusive at all. It was all done, in I think it was about an hour. It was all sort of, about an hour. It was all, it was fine. There was no issues. We were, again, it gave us more confidence with obviously the way it was all done. And we were fine with it all. The whole process was very smooth.
Excellent, excellent. So you met Henry the Hoover as well as our two
Henry the
installers.
Hoover was there. Yes, yeah. He did. Yeah, because they left the site. It was all good. Everything was fine.
Oh, lovely feedback. And with now you've had a month or two to live with your Venus roof lantern blind. How's it been? What has it made the difference you expected?
It certainly has. It's done everything we expected. We're so pleased with it. When we just with a flick of a switch, we can close it. The screens are all highly visible. At night, it's absolutely blacked out, in case if anyone is sleeping in here. And it's easy to operate, easy to clean. It just looks perfect. It is exactly how we wanted it. I know that
you can see it in action.
Yeah, I can go and close it now. This is just a switch on the wall over here. And it just closes very smooth. And then it's just, and don't need it shut today because it's a miserable day out there, but.
Yeah, we have our
that's it.
weather.
And you can now see, it just looks like part of the ceiling. We're very pleased with it. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for all the positive feedback. And I believe you've also got Zara with you as well.
Oh, Zara the dog. Yeah, she's like the moment. Yeah, she likes to sleep in here as well. During the day, she pops up on the sofa. But yeah,
So
it
really
just creates, as you can see, just creates a really nice environment, which you can adapt to whatever sort of lighting solutions you want. It's very good.
Yeah, and the $1 million question is: would you recommend WindowTreat as a first-class electric blinds company to your friends?
I certainly would do, and I've got to be honest, I already have done. So I don't know if they followed up on it, but people are. I've got a friend who was asking about it. And I did say who we use, so I'm sure they will if they're going to pursue it. But yes, it is something I would recommend. Certainly, we had a lot of comparisons. We did. It's not the first. You're not the first company we looked at. We had 4 or 5 people in here, but we decided to invest in the technology, pay a little bit more, admittedly, but we're so pleased we did because we feel we've got absolute value. So it was worth the investment.
Well, thank you, and thank you for trusting us with your business.
Yes.
And I'm delighted that you know that you've made the right decision, and you've got a wonderful space. I mean, roof lanterns are brilliant. They flood the room with light, but I always draw the analogy that it's like having a sports car with no brakes. You do need something to sort of tone it down when you need to, or reduce the light levels.
Yeah, but as you say, it's when you need to, and with the electric motors and everything, it's so easy to change the environment to the touch of a switch. So it's perfect.
Well, thank you very, very much, Paul.
My pleasure.